2K Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time for the final round. Let's head out onto the course. Hello everyone, thrilled to have your company this week. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy following the action out on the course. It's going to be a sensational week, and we can't wait to bring you all the action here at 2K Sports. Now to the first hole, and as our focus turns to our featured player, it's worth noting that it appears they've entered into some sort of rivalry with none other than Brooke Henderson. I can't imagine how that's possible, Henny. She's so delightful. What could they be up to?
Luke, I don't understand what's going on here. As you said, Brooke Henderson is one of the sweetest humans out there, but she's also one of the most talented. Golf is her native tongue. I just don't know what this featured player's up to.
Thanks, Henny. Can't wait to see the outcome this week as our featured player tries to take down Canada's Brooke Henderson. That's a touch of class. She's got this to save par here. She finds herself in third place for this event. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Oh, this is going hard left.
He's going to like the look of this one. That'll be inside the circle of friendship.
Big breaking putt right there. She didn't quite get the break spot on, but just short work left for her birdie.
And that will take her to 1 under for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The third hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guaranteed of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
Well, it's a great view on the leaderboard. Sitting in top spot, but Justin Thomas is second. Let's go to the fourth. It's a par 4. Well, this one looks to be heading down the runway. This one from about 160 yards out. Currently in the lead by a shot. Oh, good look at a birdie here. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
This one's got to break a long way from the right. Head of house. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
This for par.
And she's holding steady in top spot on the leaderboard. Rich, the fifth is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction, so driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design.
And so close to the birdie. What a shame. Now leading by 1 shot. The 6 is a tremendous par 4. Plenty of golf hole, this one.
Water all the way down the left-hand side, so that's going to shove your tee shot out to the right, which will make that second shot so much longer. Not much to the screen. It's fairly flat, but finding it in 2, well, that's a tall order.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
It was on a good line. And back to the course with the live action. And the players left with an opportunity to get up and down here from the sand. Oh, right by the hole. 7 feet to the cup. Putting for a bogey.
It's a short one, but it does move to the right.
Currently 1 under for the event. The 7th provides a great opportunity if you can get a good driveway. This par 5's a lovely hole.
Pete Dye put a zit in the middle of this fairway, and it absolutely needs to be popped.
It's almost like a magnet for your golf ball.
You drive it in that fairway bunker, and you're absolutely beside yourself on how your golf ball could end up in something so small. It is a brilliant design, a brilliant bunker on a hole that should be birdieable by everybody in the field.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. This would be a great up and down. I like that. Always good when you've got hands like that around the green. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot. If you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, you're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
Well, that came out nicely from the bunker. That should settle inside the range. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. The front 9 finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on. This one is all over it.
This is the 2nd shot here on the 9th hole. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? This now for a share of the lead. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
I think this one is going to move to the left.
That's disappointing. And this one will be for bogey. All right, Rich, we've made the turn now into the final 9. What are your thoughts so far?
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
Time for the 2nd shot at the 10th. This would be a great up and down from this spot. Eight feet to the cup. This is a bogey putt coming up. And this one will be for double bogey. And that will drop her to 2 over for the tournament. The par 5 11th, very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're throwing it between a couple of bunkers, but the 2nd shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. Green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement on it.
And Henny, what's she looking at for this putt?
Setting up this putt 14 feet from the cup.
Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Currently at 2 over par. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back nine. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy corner to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Straight out of the top draw. Let's get back to it, shall we? This putt for a spot in the top 5. That's a well-played hole, but in the end, just tap it in for a par. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. Well, for all the opportunities 13 provides you, you don't get too many here at the par 3 14th. It's a beast.
As easy of a birdie opportunity as the 13th was, 14, yeah, not so much here. Even though the green is quite large in size, it's difficult to hit with a long iron.
Ooh, watch this one break. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
She's got a nice look at par here.
As we head to the next, our leader is ahead by 2. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right, avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making 4.
Hole this and move inside the top 10 on the leaderboard. John, you're down there. You should have a good read on this. What's she facing?
Not too much movement, maybe a slight break to the right in this one.
She's in a share of 10th spot.
Managing to chase down the leaders, closing that gap. Gotta like it.
Rich, just 3 holes to go here at TPC Louisiana, and what a finish it is. A great short 4 at 16.
Luke, this is something special here. You can go for it if you want, but you better be mindful of that water up and around the green. Just lay it up out to the left, and you shouldn't have anything more than a pitching wedge to this minuscule green.
Here's Brooke Henderson. Oh, that was pure. Let's return to live play now. And this is a mighty performance. Look at the player creeping up the leaderboard at just the right time.
Yeah, grinding it out there, slowly but surely moving up that leaderboard. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Ooh, that almost went down. Oh, a lovely opportunity to save par here. So close. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. The par 3 17th requires a really strong tee shot, doesn't it, Rich?
That it does. Again, a very difficult par 3 with water all the way down the left-hand side. Just bail out to the right as best you can and rely on your short game to make that par.
This was her 3rd.
Wonderful effort. Let's catch up with the current proceedings. An opportunity for a birdie here. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
It's just going to cruise up to the left-hand side.
Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. That's an impressive way to make a move into the top 10. Trailing by a few shots after that hole.
I tell you what,
inching closer to that top spot on the leaderboard. Things are definitely heating up.
She's right in the thick of it. Needs to really make a move soon, though. Well, that's a handy shot. She's standing over her second shot. Just 3 back from the leader. Just didn't drop. This is what remains to shoot 70 today. She's done and dusted for this one. 2 under par. Pretty decent performance. Rich, obviously close but no cigar, but you've just got to hand it to this player for making that final round charge.
Luke, always fun to watch a player get hot in the final round. Unfortunately, didn't continue all the way through, not getting the victory, but still lots of positives on the day.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now.